Hey man, say man, what's the play, man? How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How you?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. Appreciate you having me. Really. Yeah. So who do we have here today?
I'm Aj McCLEOD, East Lubbock resident, lifetime Lubbockite. Just a kid from East Parkway. So
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I seen you on TV. You know what I'm saying about the walks that you have every Tuesday and Thursday. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So on Tuesday, we began walking after one of our young men in the community, 17 years old, was killed recently in May, at the beginning of May. So we started walking to show our community we got their backs, just to hear their voices, hear their cries out for peace in our community and for unity within the city, that we want to be a part of the city. So a lot of our walks on Tuesday have been people coming to our community for the first time, just getting to see it for themselves.
When I saw it, you guys actually had the mayor there.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So how did you guys make that happen? That's a big deal.
We've had the mayor there, the chief of police, the president of Texas Tech, the chancellor came out.
Yeah.
We had the head football coach from Tech for the first time walking in our community, and the athletic director, Kirby Holcutt. So it's been a blessing just making those connections and getting people to come together. What was interesting is that the president of Tech, Lawrence Skubenick, said that was the first time he had ever been through Parkway neighborhood.
Really?
And they have a partnership with Estacada High School, so
how did he?
It was a good thing that they actually got to see for themselves that our community isn't what the news always see. The stigma that you have on East Lubbock.
I actually felt like they didn't not advertise, but they didn't broadcast it enough. Because when I found out the mayor had protester walk, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying, for real. And that's why I was like, all right, so I got to really get him on here just to really see what's going on. Cause I even shot at the mayor, you know what I'm saying? They didn't open my DM for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've been
knowing the mayor a while. We go to a lot of events. So like I'm part of the community engagement task force and different stuff like that. So them wanting to be a part of the community, they don't know, like you said, you don't know sometimes. And I think that's a lot with what we're trying to do is bring people together. So we do bring that awareness. And then it's mostly for our kids. Like so on Thursday nights, instead of us walking, which we started doing Thursdays with both walks, we started doing a day at the park. Getting kids to just hang out, have a safe place, family fun, playing volleyball, basketball. We do our 4-on-4 tournament, cash prize, where kids can just come out and enjoy.
So I like that you're saying that, because like based on like what we were talking about before, like where do we think like the problem is stemming from per se? You know what I'm saying? Cause I see like what you're saying with the Thursday, it's kind of like keep the kids involved in something. You know what I'm saying? So what is kind of causing like in your opinion like the high violence? Cause like this year we have more
idle hands. When you don't have anything to do, you find a way to do something, right? And most times that's negative. And for our kids in our community, there's not very much for them to do. There's not very many places for them to go. And so when school let out for COVID, they had nothing, right? We couldn't meet face to face. We couldn't go any places. But yet our kids still want to kick it. They hang out. So guess what's going to happen? We're going to have more issues. We're going to have that uptick in violence, and the culture has changed, right? So now, instead of them going to school where they're having anybody positive around, they listen to music all day, or they by themselves, or
all day.
And it's nothing but negativity being fed in their lives, and it puts you in the mood. That music changes your mood.
And right now, telling me earlier, I like the metaphors you were saying earlier and everything.
They listen to stuff like NBA Youngboy. If I listen to NBA Youngboy, I'm ready to fight, and I think somebody after me, I'm ready to shoot somebody. And they don't have the music that we used to listen to, where it was talking about like Tank and Arvon and Jaheim.
And then like a lot of music back in the day, like it gave game. You know what I'm saying?
Game.
And we are listening to music to learn something, you know what I'm saying? And they gave game, like a gem here, you know what I'm saying? And like, but now it's a bunch of, it's not fantasy or fairy tales, but it's not the only depiction of life.
It's a facade. It's the facade that rappers have to play, that I have to be this certain person in order to make it in the rap game, right? I have to have this life struggle, and it don't teach how to come out of that struggle and do different, right? It teach about that struggle, and all our kids think, oh, that's me. I can relate to that. I can relate to somebody selling drugs. I can relate to somebody doing drugs or smoking weed or drinking or trying to get girls. And so they make it into their lifestyle instead of it being oh, that's just how they got to where they're at.
Yeah.
That's just them talking. Because it's not really a lifestyle.
Yeah.
If NBA YoungBoy killed as many people as he talked about in his music,
he'd be in jail.
He'd be in jail, right? He'd be in jail, or some people be out there that he don't want after him sooner or later. And so with hip-hop, it's talking to us that it's okay to kill each other.
Yeah.
It's okay to put down our women. It's okay. And all that, and that's stemming is all they're listening to every single day without.
And I feel like it's desensitized us in certain respect. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like to where like if you're just around something enough, like you know what I'm saying, you can either understand it or you can forgive it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now I feel like what you're saying, like we listen to the same thing, you just desensitized to it, or like just like even with like movies, you see enough killing, somebody gets killed in front of you, you don't respond.
You don't react to it.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how I feel like our kids have got, and that's what really made us want to step up and do something, and with our walks and stuff, because we talk to 17, 16, 15, 18-year-olds who they were out there when they see a young man get killed, but yet they were out the next night.
Yeah.
They've got numb to it, and that's the scary part is
that you said that.
They're not scared to die, for one, because it's going out like a G, right? No, when you dead, you dead. There's no going out like a G, not being tough. You didn't go out strong, you dead. Your parents got to deal with that the rest of your life. Your sister got to deal with that. Your family got to deal with that. And our kids don't understand that. And I feel like when they become numb to that, that's when it gets scary.
Yeah.
And that's the times that we're in right now. We having shootings almost every week, every day, every week in our neighborhoods. And it's like kids not scared to go to prison. Yeah. Because you lose your life just as much as you die if you go to prison for 20 years.
Yeah, now you're a slave to the system.
Life.
You know what I'm saying?
And so
we just posted a post and the guy just said that he was like, all this Father's Day stuff is cap because he felt like if you really felt this way about your kids, it would show through your everyday actions. You know what I'm saying? Per se, like you're taking unnecessary trips with people that got guns in the car, or you got guns and you really not about it because you feel somebody's after you and all that. But you say you love your kid, but you're putting yourself in a situation where you can take yourself from your family.
And that's what we want them to see is that men don't have to protect themselves if you're doing the right thing. Yeah. Right? You don't put yourself in bad situations if you care about your kids.
True.
Right? Like you said, Father's Day not a one-day thing. It is celebrated as a one-day holiday, but if you really value being a father, you're not out here slanging guns. Because at the end of the day, the young man who died at the beginning of May, he got a daughter who gonna end up without having her biological father the rest of her life. No matter how tough anybody think it was, how gangster it was, that little girl never gonna know that.
And the thing about it,
remember that.
Even the person that thinks it was the most gangster is not gonna be there for that little girl.
No, that little girl is not gonna have somebody who's take her daddy place. Now she may get a lot of stuff from that gangster life, but what kids don't worry about how much money you got. They don't worry about what you flashing and what you're doing. They care about that interaction, that relationship you built with them, and that's something that young lady will never have. That's something a lot of these kids will never have, and that a lot of men have never had because their daddy was locked up. Their daddy was in these issues.
And the fact that you say that, I feel like that's why the over or the hyper masculinization, because they feel like they don't know that you can show emotion and that's still manly. You know what I'm saying? You can show humility and that's still manly. You know what I'm saying?
You can be angry and you cannot be violent.
Yeah,
that's manly.
That's still manly. You know, that's actually the creator of a man. Cause that means I'm controlling my anger. Yeah, like, I know I could fuck you up, but I'm not going to,
because I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to hurt somebody who looked like me. Right?
Yeah.
We got enough out here that we worried about, and instead we killing each other and hurting each other. And it's because we angry about something, and that's the underlying cause is that our kids are angry, right? We done seen our mama struggle. We done seen daddy disappear. We done seen the laws treat us a certain way. We done seen the world treat us a certain way. So we got this anger, but that anger don't have to be violent, right? Sure. Anger is an emotion that every person go through. Yeah. But I'm angry and I'm gonna hit somebody, or I'm angry and I'm gonna shoot somebody. Now that's me being violent, not angry. Yeah. And so a lot of our kids don't deal with that because as men, especially, we've learned to suppress those emotions. Yeah. We can't be sad. We can't be feeling loved. We can't be emotional. We can't be angry. And especially as black men, right? Yeah. When you be a black man that's mad in the room, you get loud, the cops coming soon, right?
I was just telling my partner the other day, it was like me and him and two other girls, and they were talking to him, and I was like, it's all right, bro. Our feelings will matter in 2040 or something. Like, they don't care about how the way that we feel about stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. But I get what you're saying. Yeah. But like everybody does have feelings, you know what I'm saying, and you gotta learn to channel them. So, what would you do, or what would be your advice to a young man in like those situations in terms of like how like to channel it, or even like to not succumb to the streets, or just in terms of like the influences, you know what I'm saying?
I think what we have to do is create an environment that allows our kids to have that outlet. So when kids in high school and stuff and they play sports, they have an outlet, right? I can get mad on the basketball court and I can play hard. I can play rough a little bit at times. I can do some of those things. So when that goes away, what do?
Yeah.
Right? And so our challenge right now is to come up with something that our kids can channel that anger through, but they can also have positive people to tell them, these are the experiences I've been through. This is how you get to the point where you know money isn't the ultimate value of you. And our kids don't feel valued.
Yeah.
So us mentoring our kids and telling them the right path, give them some kind of value that whether you got $1 million or you got $5 in your bank account, you being a good young man means something to somebody. That means something to your own life. Our morals have went out the window. So what we want to create is a place where our men can come together and let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just you and your clique. Bring your whole clique. Let's see what's up. What could stop some of this stuff. Yeah. But it's so hard to get to our kids because where do they go? They go to each other when they have a problem. And if you go only with like-minded people, you'll get like-minded answers.
That's one of the problems with social media. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where it's like you're able to go and no matter, you find a group or find somebody that they think like you know what I'm saying? But like you said, they don't agree with you, you know what I'm saying? Where iron sharpen iron, sometimes you need something that's a little bit different, you know what I'm saying, just to keep you sharp.
And so with our young men, I ask them, like, when I say come to our walks, every walk that we have, I say stand beside by somebody you don't know. Hear their story. Because I can't put myself in your shoes if I don't know why you had those shoes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I told somebody earlier, be quick to, not quick to judge somebody before you get to know them.